Ladies and gentlemen, you should know the formulas above, right here and right here. You should already have those down. You should know that the sum of the interior angles of a triangle is 2 less than the number of sides times 180. That's how many triangles you can fit in the given polygon. And also the sum of the exterior angles is 360 degrees no matter what. Remember, we're only studying convex polygons. Okay, so you know these formulas, and these formulas apply to all sorts of polygons. However, what's kind of interesting is only on regular polygons are all of the sides congruent and all of the angles congruent. That's what it means for a polygon to be regular. So you have to keep your eyes peeled, because we may only show you that the sides are congruent, or we may only show you that the angles are congruent, or we may give you both, but you need to recognize when you're dealing with regular polygons. And so then what's cool is if you're dealing with a regular polygon, instead of just knowing the sum of the interior angles, the measure of one interior angle will be the sum of the interior angles. Again, this is only going to be for regular polygons. But then what you can do is you can actually divide by the number of sides to figure out the measure of each interior angle. So there's that key word there, each. For each interior angle of a regular polygon, that's crucial that it's regular, each interior angle is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. So you have the sum, and if you divide it by the number of sides you have, or the number of angles you have, then you can get the measure of each angle. Again, you may only divide by n if you are dealing with a regular polygon. Similarly, the measure of each exterior angle in a regular polygon would be the sum of the interior angles divided by n, the number of sides, or n, the number of angles. So again, in short, if you know the sum of the interior angles and the sum of the exterior angles, if the polygon is regular, you may divide by n to figure out each interior angle or each exterior angle. So in this first example, it's important to note that you have to read carefully. We have each exterior angle of a regular polygon being 30 degrees. They want to know how many sides then does it have. So that's like saying find n, or what is n. So we know that it's a regular polygon. We know the sum of the exterior angles in any polygon is 360 degrees. But if it's regular, the big moral of this video is that we may divide by n, the number of sides, or the number of angles, same thing, to figure out the measure of each exterior angle. That's what I've used, I've denoted as a lowercase e. So now they've actually given us e here. Each exterior angle is 30 degrees. So I'll substitute that in. I'm going to solve for n. Now I don't really like dividing by n. The inverse operation of division by n is multiplication by n. So I'll multiply both sides by n. N divided by n is 1. 1 times 360 is simply 360. So now I just have a nice little algebra problem to solve. Let's divide both sides by 30. So then n shall be 12. So just as a reminder, this is a dodecagon, do meaning 2, deca meaning 10. Don't multiply but add. 2 and 10 makes 12. So how many sides does this polygon have? This polygon has 12 sides. Okay, so a nice quick introduction to a sort of problem, a word problem where you're given a regular polygon and you just kind of have to work off of the formula and kind of think creatively. And also just, exhibit good algebra, solid algebra and solving skills. Okay, great. So in this example, I'm going to go the long way and then I'm going to go the short way. And you can solve this either of the two ways. So an interior angle of a regular polygon is 160 degrees. So that's like I, standing for one interior angle, underline it, of a regular polygon. We want to find n. Alright, so we know that an interior angle of a regular polygon is equal to the sum of the interior angles divided by the number of angles, or the number of sides. Alright, so we can now start to plug in. We have 160 here equals n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. Now many would call this cross multiplying, but I'm just going to say the opposite of division. I don't really like dividing by n, is multiplication by n. So n divided by n is 1, so I'll just have n minus 2 times 180 right here. I have 160n on the left-hand side. I feel like distributing might be nice right here. So now I have 160n equals 180n minus 360. Now I'd like to combine my like terms, which means I'm going to kind of bring my n's to the left-hand side here. I'll have negative 20n equals negative 360. Divide by negative 20, divide by negative 20. This is the long way, by the way. N is 18. So how many sides does this polygon have? We would expect you to write a nice final sentence. This polygon is an 18-sided figure, or it's an 18-gon. All right, that's what n stands for, the number of sides. Now, if you want to get creative, you can kind of think like this, kind of draw a little picture. If an interior angle is 160 degrees, isn't its exterior angle 20? Alright, so even though they gave us an interior angle of a regular polygon, I could actually kind of go with the exterior angle formula. Again, of a regular polygon, that's the only reason why in both of these formulas we're allowed to be dividing by n here, because the polygon is regular, so all the angles are the same, so we can divide by the number of angles and get the measure of each angle. Alright, so we know that the exterior angle is 20, so I'll substitute that in place of e. I've got 360 over n, and so 20n equals 360. So this, and then from here we can solve it. You'll get the same answer. We kind of fast-forwarded. This line right here is the same as this line without having to go through all of this rigmarole if we go from the interior angle to the exterior angle in this regular polygon. And again, you'll still get n as 18. Write a nice sentence. We have an 18-gon, or an 18-agon, because it sounds fun to say that. So to get full credit on this video, you must find all of the angles in this picture. And notice that in the two pentagons we were given up here, you must notice that all of the sides are congruent on these pentagons, and all of the angles are congruent on these pentagons. So they are, in fact, regular. So you could figure out each angle based on the help from this video, and then figure out all the angles in this triangle, kind of go for the gold. Good luck, have fun.